Welcome to this episode of the Be Ready Utah PrepCast. I'm Wade Mathews, and with me is Bryan Stinson. We're from Be Ready Utah with the Utah Division of Emergency Management. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Be Ready Utah PrepCast. And today we're going to answer comments and questions, right?
Yep, we got a lot of people that have been talking to us on Facebook and Twitter and other social media. Some people have questions, some people have comments, and we just wanted to share some of those.
And there's some great stuff here, and we're excited. We're going to jump right into the first one from Brutus, and this comes, I think, after one of our health prepcasts. He comments about, how about quit sending your sick kids to school so they get everybody else sick too? Sounds like a frustrated parent there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can think about that. And there's a lot of times, I mean, this is flu season right now.
Absolutely.
And we've got a lot of, I just think about in my kids' school, well, it seems like she's always saying there's a bunch of kids that are home from school because they're sick. It's a bad flu season this year.
One of the first things we tell our kids when we get home, wash your hands, wash your hands, exactly. Wash your hands. You know, when you're at school, that's the germ factory right there. But that could be tempered down a little bit if we keep our sick kids home.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, we keep your kids home. It keeps it from spreading to the other kids at school. Another thing, not just at school, but even at work. If you're feeling sick, you know, I know a lot of people that are like, you know, I'm feeling sick, but I'm going to power through and take one for the team. I'm going to work anyway.
I got to get that project done.
Exactly, right. And you think, well, you know, I might be a little bit less productive, but I still need to get that project done. If you're going in, you're less productive, you're going to make other people sick. Then not only are they going to be less productive, they're going to be at home. So they're not even going to be productive at all. So stay home. Don't spread those germs to anybody else. And like you said, also a really good thing is wash your hands.
Yeah, and this is part of our protective action really for pandemics, which we could be entering a flu pandemic right now, as bad as it's getting this year. And that's social isolation. Stay home. If you're sick, stay home. You don't want to go to the church, to school, to work, to the store, stay home. And vice versa. If everybody out in the community is sick, and you're the healthy ones, you stay home, kind of reverse quarantine, where you're not out there getting sick. Exactly. So good advice here from Brutus. Our second one from Skylar Pyle. What are some of the suggestions for preparing youth to cope with situations that have a negative psychological impact? Like, you know, lots of disasters can have a negative impact. But how do we prepare our youth, our children, for that? And you commented on this online too, talking about making emergency preparedness fun.
Yeah.
And not based on fear.
There's a lot of times that people that are trying to get prepared or encourage other people to get ready for emergencies, they try and motivate by fear. You've got to get ready for that earthquake because otherwise you're going to die or be severely injured and all your family. That's not a very good way of helping people want to get prepared for emergencies. What you need to do for kids and for people in the family, just anybody, is make it fun. Make it something that we can do. This is something we can do. We want it to be empowering. We want people to think this is something I can do. This is something that gets me through a possible difficult situation without having to focus on the fear. We want to make people feel I can do this.
Make it a game. If you're practicing the protective actions like evacuating out of your house, going to your meeting place, pulling out your disaster supply kits for a backyard campfire, make a game out of it. So in the real situation, you say, hey kids, we've done this before, remember? Remember, we can get through this. This is just like our game that we played. So making it fun that way. There are a lot of other good resources online too, some websites that we could mention. Our own website, bereadyutah.gov, has some good brochures on there. Children in disasters, Ready, Set, Prepare for children, activity book there. And FEMA's website, ready.gov/kids, has a lot of good information on it. And the CDC website, Helping Children Cope with Emergencies. Check out that website too. So
you just say make it a game. With my kids. Some things we've done is we've done that. We talk about the protective actions. I say, okay, kids, the ground's starting to shake. It's getting kind of noisy. It's starting to shake. What do we do? And they say, drop cover, hold on. I say, okay, do it.
Exactly.
And they're like, Daddy, can we practice again? They love it.
It's It's fun. It's a game, and it reinforces the important protective actions, like you say: drop, cover, and hold on. Turn around, don't drown. When thunder roars, go indoors. All of those types of protective actions.
And I'd say not only have them do it, but you get down and do it with them as well.
Exactly. All right, next comment here from Brigham City, Utah, CERT. Someone in your family, this kind of goes along the lines of the same health and safety kind of prepcast we've had in the past. Someone in your family have allergies? Make sure your kit contains necessities to care for those allergies. Someone in your family have certain prescriptions? Make sure your kit contains those. Your kit does not have to mirror your neighbor's kit. Customizing your kit to fit your specific needs will serve you better in time of need. So we're talking about disaster supply kits here, and that's something we do talk about all the time, is personalizing your kits, right?
Exactly.
If there's something you need to be happy, healthy, comfortable every day, put some of it in your kit, and especially the medicine.
Yeah, and medicines are kind of a difficult thing because you've got expiration dates on them, so they need to be updated. You need to make sure that they're still potent. Some things like people may have diabetes or something like that. What do you do with those medications that maybe need to be refrigerated? What do you do if you have a special medication that you have to have a special prescription for? Talk to your doctor and see what some options are for those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But make sure that you have those personalized things for specific allergies. An EpiPen, they're expensive, but if you need it, you probably need to have one or two in your disaster supply kit.
Exactly. Thank you for that comment, Brigham City CERT. Another comment, and I think this comment comes after a prepcast about transportation.
Okay.
And he says, if it comes to trekking with a Red Ryder wagon in tow, that would be as sensible as arranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Meaningless. Who thinks up these posts? He asks.
I do. Thank you. No, but
very good.
he has a point there. Most often in an emergency, where do you want to be? You want to be at home.
Absolutely.
Unless you have to evacuate, the best place for you to be is at home. But that being said, there are circumstances where you may need to evacuate. And if that's the case, have a plan in place that you can evacuate, hopefully by car.
Yeah.
But you also have to know that there's a possibility you may not be able to evacuate by car. So you might have to hoof it out. You might need to walk out, and if you've got small kids, you may need to have a means of helping those small kids to go out by foot as well.
Exactly.
Again, we don't want to evacuate. We want to stay home, but if we have to, we need to have plans for that.
Right, and we know the primary means of evacuation is your personal vehicle. We're not coming around in government buses, military vehicles, and picking everybody up, most likely. You're gonna have to get out in your own vehicles. Same thing, if you don't have a car, if you don't drive, if you have a neighbor that doesn't drive or doesn't see, or functional access needs population neighbors, include them in your evacuation plans as well. But this is referring to maybe the power's out, electromagnetic pulse, the car won't start. You might have to go out on foot, as you say.
Exactly.
All right, so thank you for that, DP. And then we're going to end on these couple comments from Robert Andrews, who says, great short videos. Keep putting them out there. Always share them with other groups. I think he's referring to himself. Always shares them there. Thank you, Robert, for sharing those. Linda Peterson Cochran says, videos are so very helpful. Thanks for doing them. Thank you, Linda, for your comment, for viewing them. And with that, again, we encourage you to please watch our prepcast, share, follow them. You see them on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Share them with others, like them, and please put your comments, questions there at the bottom. And just a quick plug for the Be Ready Utah Expo coming up on March 13th and 14th. We hope to see you there at the Mountain America Expo Center. For more information, go to bereadyutah.gov. That's all of the time we have. Thank you for being here, Bryan, and sharing your expertise. And we'll see you next time.
Hey, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Be Ready Utah PrepCast. Like what you're seeing? Have a question about anything related to emergency preparedness? Or do you have a comment about something you've learned as you make a plan or get a kit? We'd love to hear from you. Comment or reply to us on Twitter or Facebook at Be Ready Utah with hashtag BRUPrepcast or in the comments on YouTube. We'll talk about it on one of the next episodes of the Be Ready Utah PrepCast. Don't forget to share these videos and your own adventures in preparedness with your friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers, because anytime is a good time to talk about emergency preparedness.
See you next time.